How do you feel about the fact that I'm removing the audio of this? Because I feel like we are a visual thing. Yeah, we make faces and
We're not Leo Laporte.
no.
Leo, I'd rather listen to him than watch him.
Me
He's
too.
annoying. He's annoying enough when you. It's one of those things. He's annoying, but you listen to him anyway.
I don't mind him. I do like him.
I don't mind him, but he's annoying. It's a
really
weird combination. No, neither have I. I've been listening to Rex Factor.
Who's Rex Factor? What is that?
Rex Factor is it's a historical podcast, and they review all the kings and queens of England from Alfred the Great to Elizabeth II, and then at the end of so they do a biography, and then they do like a rating system based on battliness, how good their reign was, like for the people living under it, stuff like that, and like all these sort of factors add up points, and then they decide whether the king or queen has the Rex Factor. And then there's like they're actually finished already, so I'm just catching up. And they started Scotland. They started the Kings and Queens of Scotland a few weeks ago.
So they went through every single king and queen.
Yeah, it took them like 3 or 4 years. And it's Rex Factor. It's exactly what it sounds like. It has the music from X Factor playing. Do 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 do. Rex Factor. This week, Elizabeth I.
Did they ever make references to Shakespeare?
Well, obviously, when they're talking about Elizabeth I, they make
because that's the only research that they really have, is just Shakespeare plays based on kings and queens.
That would be a very different podcast, I think. One guy doesn't do any research. There's one guy does the research, and the other guy just like is the funny guy.
And he is funny.
And he's pretty funny, just because he's so like ignorant when it comes to like all these kings and queens, and so he'll like so the one guy will say something terrible that happened. The funny guy will go, "Oh, crumbs," just crumbs a lot. It's very English. It's pretty awesome, and then they have the play. I'm just finishing Queen. I'm listening to Queen Elizabeth II now. There's one more episode. She's like 3 episodes because there's just so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they start doing the playoffs, and they sort of like do finalists, like the final. They do like the playoffs basically for all the kings and queens who got the Rex Factor, and like who's going to be the main winner at the end of the show.
So they have them like battling in some sort of some fantasy.
No, I don't know how they're going to do the finalist thing, because originally I think they were just assigning Rex Factor or not, but then they decided they had to figure out who was the winner, and so I don't know how they're going to do it. I haven't listened that far.
Oh, you haven't like? Can I spoil it for you? I know who won.
How do you know who won?
Burger King.
Who won? Burger King. He's not a king of England.
He's the king of my belly.
Yeah.
Why is George Clooney a class act?
He just is. Like, just if you look at the things he actually, when celebrities talk to the media or whatever about issues, he's the only one who's ever on the right fucking side, like, and not for a dumb reason. He's actually like.
This is the one thing that I really wanted to talk to you about, because George Clooney is a class act because he could make a speech at the Golden Globes about Je suis Charlie, and not be pretentious about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. It's not like he's not doing it to aggrandize himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm supporting this issue because it makes me look important. It's
when
like,
he says it, you believe him, and it's not like some sort of like cop out thing because everybody else is doing it.
Read what he said about the interview. Read his statement about the interview.
Yeah, he made a good statement.
He made a really good statement, and he was saying like he actually called out people, because he knows the people who run Sony.
Yeah.
And he actually called them out, and he said, I think this is a bad decision on this person's part and this person's part because la 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 la. Like, basically, I don't think Kim Jong-un should decide what movies we watch, that kind of really measured and reasonable. And
I only read or heard the soundbite where he basically said, I think he swore and they printed it. Yeah. Like he just didn't give a shit. And and people will print it with him because he has that respect as an actor and activist.
But he's an activist without being like an activist. Do you know what I mean? Like, some activists just get so on your tits. It's like, so tired of. It's like, Susan Sarandon, can you go 5 minutes without saying something?
Oh my god. If it's not that, she loves talking about herself too.
Like Sean Penn, can you just shut up for like a minute because you're so fucking annoying. George Clooney, he can talk about issues all day long and he doesn't piss me off.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is.
Was it at the Golden Globes this year where Ben Affleck was honored with something because
Ben Affleck, is that
that's
his
what
French?
I call him now. Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
It showed him like walking around. I don't know if it was at the Golden Globes. It might have been in another award, like maybe SAG, where he was walking around, like in I don't even know what country he was in, but it was like some underprivileged country, and he was being interviewed in his own video thing, like honoring him, saying, "Yeah, I was thinking of becoming a philanthropist. What's that word?
Philanthropist.
I was thinking of becoming a I can't even say it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of giving away lots of money. Philanthropy. There you go. I think I said it. When you need to being interviewed about like the good things that you've done for other people. And it's like, fuck you, Batman.
Well, Ben Affleck also just doesn't have the depth of understanding of the issues that I don't know if you saw the footage of his blowout on against Sam Harris on Real Time with Bill Maher.
No.
But he was just like so uninformed. He just did not know what the fuck he was talking about. He didn't the fact that he didn't know actually what Sam Harris had said.
Right.
And he'd obviously been told by somebody what Sam Harris has said, but it wasn't accurate. And he just usually like the panel guest comes, like there's the panel and then there's a section where the guest comes on, the panel just sort of sits there. He fucking interrupted and was shouting across the table and such a fucking asshole.
Wow, what an asshole.
Yeah. And totally uninformed. Yeah. Anyway. George Clooney, class act.
Class act. Thanks, George Clooney. You were my favorite Batman.
No,
not really.
Guy. Huh? He's the one though who he was the one who like afterwards they interviewed him and he was like, "Yeah, I kind of think we ruined it."
That's his honesty.